Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today on LinkedIn and on YouTube as well. My name is Jennifer Kagwa, and I will be your moderator for today's session. I am truly excited to have you here for today's discussion on social entrepreneurship, building businesses that solve environmental and social problems. Today promises to be insightful, practical, and inspiring. So please stay tuned with us and learn a lot. Before we get started, I want to talk about the organization behind this great initiative, AAA Foundation. At AAA Foundation, our goal is to create a world for every individual, regardless of their background, where they can live an empowered and fulfilling life. We are committed to supporting street connected children, teenage mothers, and young parents by providing them with the needed skills, the support, and the opportunity that they will need to overcome any challenges for them to live an independent and a brighter future. At AAA, also, we believe that transformation begins when an individual is being empowered. So, when young people are empowered, entire community are transformed. And also, we have one key initiative under AAA, that's the We Rise project. With the We Rise project, we organize sessions like this where we equip young people with the needed skills, with practical skills in digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and social leadership and thinking as well. Under the We Rise project, the goal is very simple but very powerful to inspire and empower young people to become problem solvers and critical thinkers as well. Miss Edna, please, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, before we start, there's a LinkedIn and a YouTube live session. So please feel free to use the reaction emoji, the comment section as well. You can also use this opportunity to introduce yourself, tell us your name and the country where you are watching us from. I will be glad to read them out and give you a shout out as well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are ever ready to learn to tap from the main socket. Tonight we have the two solid sockets with us that we are ready to tap from beyond knowledge as well. Yeah, so please let's begin. We have to be in time so that other people can also attend to everything that they are doing as well. Today we are honored to have two amazing speakers with us. They are both doing impactful well in the field of social entrepreneurship. They are doing massively well. And we are excited to learn from their experiences, their insights, and local knowledge. So please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned with us and learn and improve your entrepreneur or your business to the next level. So please stay tuned with us anywhere. Yes. So I want to use this opportunity to introduce our started. She is the person of Edina Frimpong. Edina Frimpong, popularly known as the Shoemaker Girl, is an award-winning Ghanaian entrepreneur, author, and social impact leader. She is the founder of the Shoe for the Shoeless, an initiative that provide footwear. Sorry. Yes, that's our system that we are in at the moment. So Miss Edina is the founder of the Shoe for the Shoeless, an initiative that provides footwear to underprivileged children. combining businesses with social impact. She's also the co-founder of Ahwe, a fashion brand promoting Ghanaian craftsmanship globally. Young business, a mentor, and an author of the inspiring to pursue purpose-driven careers. Her work in youth empowerment and skills development has had several and recognition across Ghana and is commitment to skills development and community transformation. To inspire young purpose-driven and impact-focused careers. I want to have the opportunity to introduce our second speaker. We can get that reason. Second speaker, she's a Ghanaian social entrepreneur, educator, and a non-profit leader dedicated to youth empowerment and community development. She is the founder of the Upward Motion Foundation, where she creates opportunities for young people through education, mentorship, and skills. Served as a teaching assistant at the University of Ghana, and she is passionate about hands-on learning, especially in areas such as project management and financial literacy. Through her projects, including her involvement in professional work, Vida is known for her commitment to mentorship, continuous learning, and building sustainable opportunities for young people. She is also a strong advocate for youth empowerment. So I would love us to begin the session so that when we will flesh the bones, everything that happens. So please let's. So I want to start from our first speaker, Miss Edina. Please, the question is, what does social entrepreneurship mean to you? A lot of people have been saying social entrepreneurship. What does it mean?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, please. We can hear you very well.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say a very big thank you to AAA Foundation for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the time we are going to have. And also to everybody listening from any part of the world, Ghana, UK, US, everyone, please. I greet you for greetings from the Shoemaker girl. And I believe that at the end of the conversation tonight, we are all going to learn something, and maybe we'll start looking at our business model and if there's anything we need to do to change things up. So, entrepreneurship is one of the latest business model currently making waves. And before I will talk about, I will explain what it means to me. Let me give you a very brief background of what how we came about social entrepreneurship concept or model. So this one called Blake Markowski. Can you still hear me?
Yes, please. Please, we can hear you very well.
Okay, so this man called Black Markowski, he was a student, right? College student at US, and I think there's a break, I think break-in semester, and they had to go to, I think some people say Argentina, some say India. So let's say Argentina for a short semester break. And then whilst he was in this guest house or where he was lodging, he saw a lot of people coming, walking barefooted, you know, and that was strange to him because that was the first time he's seeing something like that. People walking barefooted. It means that community were living in abject poverty, and so what he came up with. So what he came up with, worried, but then he asked his other colleagues, and then they said, okay, there's a institution about this community, and that was it. And so this man went back to US, and while he was in class, in lecture hall, when people are concentrating on what the lecturer is teaching, this guy, Black Mahosi, will be sketching a shoe, because he was still picturing what he saw. The crowd and how they were walking barefooted. And then he designed a shoe, and he called it Tom Shoes. And so because the inspiration came from what he saw in India, in Argentina, what he did was that he did a campaign called 1 for 1. That means that was his model. If you buy a shoe, if let's say you buy a shoe from me, it means somebody's getting shoe in Argentina. You get that model, 1 for 1. So yes, today you're buying shoe from the shoemaker girl. You're paying with money. That means somebody's getting shoe in Argentina. So if today I had 10 clients buying shoes from me, that means 10 clients, 10 people at Argentina are getting shoes, and that was how he was able to change the narrative. And currently, he does that in even other African countries as well. And then it became a thing. Okay, so now this is what we call what? Social entrepreneurship. Yes, you are doing business for profit, but you're also finding ways to keep or to also help the society. And so when I was coming up with he was one of the person that I look up to. He's the founder of Tom Shoes. If you read about Tom Shoes, he is the founder. And so personally for me, when you talk about Tom Shoes, talk about social entrepreneurship, is basically or simply you building a business that will not just make profit, but will also solve real social and environmental problem in a sustainable way. So yes, you are in for the money, but also you're also giving it back to society. And even currently, most clients or the people we are having are very discerning. And so because of that, they're like, every day I'm buying from you, you're taking that money, what just to society. So we are having a change audience, consumers who now prefer companies doing something for the society. And so that's why now we see MTN Ghana doing so many things, a social project for the community. You see APSA, you see Edna doing shoe for the shoeless. Because yes, the society is descending now. We are coming to a fact that yes, every day you guys are taking our money. What can you also do for our society? And so basically for me, if you call yourself a social entrepreneur or you want to venture into such space, that you have to go beyond your profit, live beyond profit. Know that whatever you are doing, whatever product, service you are offering, it goes beyond just the profit. You are solving real environmental or a social problem. And so yes, you buy shoes from us and give shoes, but at the same time, somebody somewhere, an adorable child in a resilient community, get access or opportunity to wear good shoes. So with the shoe for the shoeless, it is not just about giving shoes. It's about also removing barrier to education, dignity, and good health while creating jobs through local shoemaking. So for me, like I said, simply put, social entrepreneurship is where impact is not an afterthought. It is also a business model. So that social impact is not just, when now profit every year, now let's think about what we can do for society. No, it is it's a whole business model. So if you are going in for that, go in for that. But if you're also not ready for that, go in for what you are going to get only profit from. So basically, For me, social entrepreneurship is not an afterthought that you're going to bring it after your business. It is a model. And if you're going for it, go in for all. And make sure it is not just a camouflage. Make sure your business or whatever you're doing is solving a societal issue. Thank you.
Thanks, Edna. Yes, to our next speaker, Miss Ubaida. Please, the question is, a lot of people have been talking about social entrepreneurship all the time. They don't understand the meaning of it. So please, per your understanding, what does social entrepreneurship mean?
Hi, Jennifer. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, Triple A, for bringing me on here. And thank you for that insightful beginning. Personally, I love the story you shared about how the whole concept started and where we've come as an experience. Before I continue, Jennifer, the name is Ubalda. It's an L. It's not Ubaida. Yes, thank you very much. I believe.
Hello, Miss Ubalda. Okay. Let me take this. Okay.
The topic. What I would say is a session between business and helping people.
Okay.
It's no longer about making money. I'm doing this to make money. It's what I'm doing. Social entrepreneurship is just for profit businesses and profit organizations come to journey. So let's use Upward Motion Foundation for example. To us means that in as much as we are making and we are lives, how do we make sure that we are still sustainable? How do you know when donations are not coming? What model or what impact still continues? So it's about even when money is not coming from external sources. For profit businesses, it's just, as Anna said, let's make profit, and let's move on. How is what you are doing changing lives? When it got to a point here at Apple to run what we are running and on from 200 when I started this organization, I decided to learn
Miss Ubalda. Okay.
oh, my network is was I being heard
Sorry.
or I went off the
We were hearing you, please. Hello.
okay.
Yes, please. Please, we can hear you very well.
So I was saying that over with proper aspect. So we lies how we empowering people with this profit that can whatever change making strategy that we are with for social entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Obalda. Please, I'm sorry for pronouncing your name wrongly, okay? I'm sorry. Forgive me for that. Yes, so I want to read some comments here from Elvis. He's saying good work. Thank you, Elvis. From Obed, he's saying he's from Ghana. Shout out to Obed for joining us. Priscilla Niapa. Priscilla, we see you. Thank you so much. Collins, okay. Miss Ruth Upon, thank you. Miss Irene, thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, Miss Ifwa, she's saying she's enjoying it so far. Thank you so much. Our backbone, AAA Foundation, mother. Thank you so much. Yes, to our next question, Miss Obalda. Please forgive me if I pronounce wrongly, okay? Forgive me for that. Yes, so please, the next question is, hello. Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Yes. To our question, Miss Obalda. Please, I was saying, forgive me if I pronounce your name wrongly, okay?
Feel free.
Okay. So please, my next question is, what inspired you to start your journey in social entrepreneurship? Because people are saying that as a student, you have to focus on studies only. But you are saying you started your journey when you were in level 200. So what motivated you to start your journey, Miss Ubaida?
Thank you, right? One incident where when the headmaster and then yes, so I grew up in Winneba, and unlike other people from low income backgrounds, I was very privileged to go to a very good school that really impacted my outcome as a young lady. In these communities who felt that their dream never going to come to pass. There were so many girls who felt that because of work, being there to start a business, there were so many of them who were not even motivated to learn and to perform in the academics because they thought that, oh, I'm from, let me just use Gomwa because that's where I work. I'm from Gomwa. At the end of the day, when I'm done with school, help sell cocoa or come and sit at home, find some guy and let him give me 30 months that I was holding so many potentials, keeping people from pushing beyond their limits. When I was now in starting, gained previous experience, and that gave me the skills and the tools I needed to start. That's why social entrepreneurship. The crowdfunding we do, the grants we want to sustain. What if the grants are not coming through all nations and they are not coming through? Networking are still not to survive. I realized that a lot of people who started this journey with me organizations have stopped. Big problem here in Africa. So now, how do we combat this? How do we keep running and standing? Adopted the social and the skills. What we have to create thing that can keep making impact. I had at least some skills in event management. Keep the impact running while in the space of social entrepreneurship. I'll be working towards an agricultural social enterprise as well, an agribusiness that will be employing women in the communities we work in, training them while paying them out why what inspired me to start and come this far. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. Well, that is great and inspiring journey. Wow. Miss Edna, yes. They normally say that before you start, yes. So please, my question is, they normally say anything or you go into any business, something has to try to do it. Something has to push you harder. You are good in doing anything that you just want to start or go into. So please, the question is, what inspired you to start your entrepreneurship, where you are now the shoemaker girl?
Okay, thank you once again. So sometimes you'll be doing what about you? Like before I even go further, I want to advise that wherever you find yourself in your journey, wherever you find yourself in life, make sure you learn everything because you will not be there forever. There are seasons, and in life, we move in seasons and in stages. So wherever you find yourself, you cannot rush through that season. You pray for grace to pass through that season. So I have worked with an NGO before, right? It was for a US company, and we were building schools, and I was a beneficiary of that NGO. So, and I was interning with them, and I became the programs coordinator, assistant, and became a programs coordinator head. Building schools, empowering women. They will make jewelries and go and do gala in US, and then we will gala or gala, and then we will pay. We pay them, and then we use those funds to build schools here. So we built a school in here now, 2 schools in Ghana. But unfortunately, the company is no more working. But the things I learned in that company didn't go waste. I didn't know one day I would need those skills right now in my life. But I love that. And I know my boss sees me and like, this girl, she did well. She's doing well with what the skill she learned. So if you are here and you're working with somebody, wherever you find yourself, make sure you do not learn through that season. Enjoy that moment because you will need that skill wherever you're going. Even if you're staying at home, helping, taking care of children, take the care of them well because you will need that skill when you have your own or take care of an NGO or children. And so I didn't know that. So yeah, I was working. I was doing shoes, right? Selling shoes. And I think because of the NGO I was working with, we traveled a lot. Actually, Volta region is still region. So in NGO was just to travel. Anytime we travel to these communities, we don't use villages, these communities. You get to see a lot of young people, children. Some of them are walking barefooted. It's surprising that it's still happening. You can recently I was talking to Miss Ifua here, and you can testify that we still have some people, even in Kenya or other part of African countries, walking barefooted. Like, so it is real. And everybody is doing something. Ubada is doing something. Ifo is doing something. But there need more hands on deck. And that's where I was like, okay, I am into shoemaking, right? I'm not into sewing. I'm not into something else. So I cannot give what I do not have. You give what you have, right? So I gave what I have. That's shoemaking. That's shoes. And they're like, okay, because I was doing those things back then, and I know there are the communities, and I know there are people and how it works. Why don't I go back to this again? But this time around, into what? Uh, Giving shoes to kids. I mean, adorable kids in resilient communities. But at first, you don't have the funds to do that. But I think my journey told me that you don't have to figure it all. You have the idea, and it is backed by God. It will succeed, because the ideas will not. The starting point will not. You having the emotions will not sustain the business. But when you have structure on board. So yeah, I said, okay, let me do this and see if it works. And unfortunately, I think my first time doing that was after my book launch, because proceeds went into that. And then I'm like, nah, this thing cannot end here. It has to continue. Maybe I was just doing it for the passion's sake. But what if it was indeed that's my calling? Sometimes you need to ask people doing social work, is it really your calling, or you're doing for doing sake? If you're doing for doing sake, you'll give up. It will break you down. But if it is your will, it's your calling, it's in your destiny, the journey becomes so easier. And so yeah, and then I remember I'm like, somebody like me who do not like asking people for money and those things. I can't do the social work. I can't be asking people for money. I don't like that naturally. Then I have a friend, a sister, and I think I called her, and she was like, Edna, you have to do this. People are willing to support a good cause. Keep that in mind. People are always willing to support a good cause. Don't say, but who will support me? You will always find your people. I believe the people who support AAA and the same people supporting the shoe for the shoeless, they're different people. That means that everybody have their audience. Focus on your journey. The people, they're always gonna come. And so that was it. And she was like, you have to put the flyer there, do something, or push it for this. People are willing to support you. So you push this thing because it's a big deal, because people are not focusing on that aspect. If you're not having good shoes to wear, how will you go to school comfortably? How will you even How will you even enjoy on campus? So yes, it's just a shoe, but it's solving 3 or more 4 problems: education, health-wise, and also empowerment-wise. And it's okay, let's give it a try. And then we did it, and it went down. Okay. But we have to find ways and means to sustain it. And that's why we are still in the game. I mean, we are not far. I mean, we're just 1 or 2 years by running it. But it will keep getting better, because we started from somewhere. We were big. If you do not take the action, the step, I don't think that doors will start opening for you. And make sure you are really committed. You love what you're doing. If not, you would definitely give up. So me, the fact that I have worked at an NGO before, the fact that I've seen children going, with my eyes, that they're not having good shoes to wear, was one of the reasons why, it pushed me to let me go back to this NGO thing I was doing. I think it will. So first I was like, let me just do it for the society, but I realized that it is my calling, and so I cannot run away from it. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you, Edna. Yes, you have to be committed to what you are doing and make sure that you love what you are doing also as well. You can't do anything anyhow. I have a lot of comments here. Let me read about 1 or 2, then we move on to our next question. From Ifwa Concern, she's saying, I hope the AAA team are listening. Volunteering empowers you with real life skills. Thank you. Miss Ifwa, same person. She's saying, Miss Ubalda, you are doing a great job. Keep it up. Yes, to our next question, Miss Edina. How can young people identify real and social environmental problem worth solving?
Sorry, repeat the question again.
Yes, so please, the question is, how can young people Identify real social or environmental problems worth solving. How can
Okay.
young people
Yeah,
identify?
sure. So you need to start with what is around you. Sometimes we always look at a bigger picture, but sometimes the issue, the problem is around you. Some of us are looking for I mean, when you get to the global level, you will solve global issues. So for now, start looking for what is around you that you can solve. Maybe yours is that I've seen a lady on Instagram, and like she's an executor. She she just, I mean, there's denim jeans, and she just uses them for bags and it's for shoes. And like, that was good. And she's an extreme advocate for climate and environmental issues. And literally, she's doing pop-up shops in London, in UK, in Nigeria, in Ghana. Like, oh wow! So the opportunities are there. We are looking so far. So please start with what is around you. I don't know what's around you, but sometimes some of you are in the health sector, you're in the environmental sector, even your home. There are things that you don't want to go waste in your home. That thing can be used for something else. So like I said, I saw a billboard at Accra Mall, and it's so nice. I don't know if you guys have seen it. They use torn, tattered cloth to design a billboard, and it's just there. And then the billboard, I was like, "This is not nice." I'm like, to you, it's not nice, but to somebody, it is something so beautiful, and it looks so beautiful too. To we creatives, and so you need to start looking around you. For me, I didn't go looking for global problem. I paid attention to what is happening in my environment. And so, like I said, I know kids were going to school without having shoes. And again, I'm already in the shoemaking industry. Maybe you're not in the shoemaking industry. The industry that you find, some people are very privileged in life, so they got things easier. That could be their turning point. Because they didn't experience that, they want to help others as well. Some people too went through their meal. Sometimes if you do not go through that hard training, you don't be able to help someone. That's why sometimes it's good to pass through so that when you see a mate, you can say, well, what the mate need be down? Why your mate pay? And that alone is that feeling. So look for things around your environment that you think you can help solve that. Lately, there are a lot of funds, grants for environmental businesses, climate businesses. Maybe if you want to venture, you can venture. And it will help because if you apply for anything, they'll ask you for those things. Some of us, I might not even find ourselves in that, but you need to read about these things and know, take note of that. And then, of course, ask yourself these questions. What is limiting people in my community? And what is common that people have stopped questioning it? And the truth is, real problems are not hidden. They are visible but ignored. There are issues in our environment, but sometimes they are ignored. People are not paying attention to that. So look around you. Look around your vicinity. It's like spotting a business opportunity. Look around you. Maybe some of you see how Chinese came up with a drone. Now if you go to China, you don't have delivery motor rider. You have a drone bringing you food at your doorstep. It's so amazing. Someone who sat down like, this is an issue, I can find solution to that. And then, of course, and once you're able to see it clearly, you will need motivation. The problem itself will push you to act. If you find an issue like the lady I talk about, that she used the denim to make bags and now shoes, and I love that because she has used something that is wasting the environment to do something for the community. The same way you see car ties being burnt. Now we sell car ties. Some of us, the actually we use the car ties because every car was today. Let's use to make shoes. So maybe yours might not be car ties. Yours might be something different. There, I listened to the story of what's this man? Giddens. He said he's also a shoe brand in Ghana, and he was telling the story how he came about the Giddens. He was on campus and he used to go and do internship at Cowbell or Farmer, and they had something that they used to throw away. I think they sold off something. They were throwing it away. And he was like, nah, this thing can be used to make shoes. And then he called KUST. He had a brother who was a student there. And then KF, they teach leather works there, and then the lecturer there helped him that okay, it can be used to make the sole of a shoe. So it's like some shoes they are sole. I don't know how to. It's like a rubber sole, and that's how come he came up with what Gideon's shoes, and all his soles you could tell they're all made here. And I'm like, that's so nice. Somebody came up with this idea that this thing that is going waste can be used to make shoes. So far as your idea is going to solve environmental issue, make sure the environment will not, the climate space will not deteriorate. That is social entrepreneurship. So far as your problem is going to solve poverty, empower women, is going to reduce, poverty, empower women, empower people to go to school. Social problem. That is what social entrepreneurship. So please look around you. Something that you think you don't have to go and think global issue. No, don't go there. Look at this around you. You find something that you can find solution to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Edna. To my dear young people, start with the things around you. Don't look far. The things are just around us. Don't think globally. They are just around us. We can make good use of them and build upon them gradually. Thank you so much. Ms. Obaida, please, would you like to add anything?
Thank you so much, Edna, for
Yes.
those points. I totally agree. From looking around you, from looking at complaining about what are people constantly wishing something could be done about. From looking at you, what makes me so angry that I can do something about it? What do I constantly keep identifying? So, which is also people don't look, people really look down on, but it's very powerful. When I since 2019, right after senior high school, I got the opportunity to volunteer with Empowering Women Globally. It's Sherry, so I can pack. And while I was in camp, we are doing amazing, having mentorships and everything. And I, to be honest, I love to make impacts and girls in JH who are in these rural communities, who is caring for them, who is with them, that they have within them, who is like, dear, this and this, who you that volunteering experience, I identified that I was solve and shame for the work I'm doing. Your strength becomes deteriorated. It just feels like, child, why am I stressing myself? But when the God factor is in there, when the vision is in
Hello.
Jennifer, please, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you. Hello.
Awesome. Yes,
Yes,
awesome.
please.
Thank you. So I'm just motivated by the fact that, oh, I can get this amount, or I can get its exposure, or I can when I get into this a real gap. And this gap can be identified when you give your time, when you give your energy, when you commit to supporting something. Because Edna has said we have to run what we are running because we volunteered somewhere, because we gave our time somewhere, because we committed to being resourceful and giving our all. Well, for everyone out here, social impact, don't joke with volunteerism. Let's see something that you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Obalda. Thank you so much. Let's identify the wrong gap and fill in that gap. You don't just have to wait. So any gap you've identified, being it volunteering, any place that you find yourself, try and make an impact. Try to fill that gap. So to all of us, anybody watching us live, you can also use this opportunity to tell us the social or environmental issue that you are passionate about solving. Feel free to drop in your thoughts in the comment section, please. We would love to hear from you as well. Thank you. Yes, to our next question. Hello, Miss Obalda. Hello. Yes, is our next question. Yes,
Okay.
since we are talking about the gap, we identifying the gap. So once a problem is being identified, how can it be turned into a sustainable business?
Okay. Thank you for that. That's very important. A lot of ideas. Now, I the time the mistakes young people like us make is that once we have an idea, immediately start running with it. A problem be about you, but about people in your community or the kind of people that you want to. So once you get the start talking to what are you dealing with? What are you trying? What do you wish could have been better? How if I did market research, talk to people to really understand that, because at the end of the day it's not just about the charity, about the impact, but something that when you bring out venture it will really generate the income you are looking for. Now it's most, most of us start, then we now think about okay, is social you come with the model, it's work, and while I'm creating impact, how are we generating income to make it sustainable? So research, ask questions, have a lot going to do and how sustainable it's going to be. Now, make sure you do a test. Don't just rush into something big. Start with 2, 3. If you are in the non-profit social entrepreneurship model, start with friends willing to partner with. When also thinking, okay, so let's for instance, we are about to start our agribusiness. The question I'm asking myself right now is, will this agribusiness create value that people, women, 10 women's families are doing better, with earning well, and are able to support their families? Is this something people will be willing to support in the long run? I'm doing? Which kind of partnerships can help sustain it? Which kind of people am I supposed to connect to ensure that once this we can work together to make cassava generates income, and what can we diversify in this business to ensure that in as much as we are empowering women economically, in as much as we are continue after we continue to make impact. So it's not just about the willingness or the passion, and start with what you have. Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I wasn't hearing it.
Oh, sorry. Please, we are with you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
We are here.
I actually
Okay.
I don't know whether
Thank you so much. Yes, I heard you very well. So your last point was we have to start small. We don't need to rush through the whole process. And also we can start little with friends and then we build upon it. Thank you so much, Miss Ubalda. Yes, Miss Edna. Hello. Today's network. Hello, please can you hear
Hello?
me? Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So please the question is, once a raw problem is being identified, how can we make good use of it? Once we identify the gap that is the problem at hand, how can we make good use of it?
Okay. So I believe the shift is from sympathy to structure. Like I said, you start the whole thing based on sympathy. Oh, I just want to help. I want to do this to help the society, the environment, and all that. So at the beginning, there are emotions at play. You are doing it for a good cause, but emotions alone will not sustain the business. It is structure. And when we talk about sustainability, there are three things that makes up every business sustainable. There are three things that you can use to measure if a company or a project is sustainable. One, people. One, profit. One, planet. These three things. So when a grant board is vetting your project idea, they're looking for these three things. People. Does this company have a lot of people? Do they have a huge supply chain? Where did they get their, so every industry has a huge supply chain or procurement. A lot of people in one business, because there's one who produces the leather, the one who sells the shoes, who will ship it and all that. And then they also look at the profit. You can't tell me a business will not have a future if it is not making profit. You don't have profit, you cannot be sustainable. And of course, we have the planet. How is your business solving an issue, an environmental or a societal problem? So you see, so keep these three things in mind, and whenever you are building your business, everywhere. So if I say the company is sustainable, I'm looking at these three things: the planet, the people, and of course the profit. And so the shift is from sympathy, emotion to structure. If you do not put things in place so that you can get more revenue to run the NGO, to run the company, how will you succeed? Or how will you sustain yourself as a company? And so for me, at first, you may want to give, but giving alone is not sustainable. So the question that you then ask is, then how can this solution sustain itself? Because yes, you built something. So how can the shoe for the shoeless sustain itself when you're not around? You know, sometimes Africa, we build companies around ourselves. So when the owner is not there, then it collapses. It's dangerous. You know, Puma and Adidas were our brothers, same brother, same mother, same father. Puma and Adidas. The company was first Adidas. That was the first one, and then issue broke up between them, and then they split, and then the other went and formed Puma shoes. So one family, but the same thing. They're all generating wealth. They are dead and long gone. But it's been thousands of years. Puma and Adidas are still in the top 3, top 4 shoe companies making billions, because the company is able to outlive the owner of it. So how can you have to ask yourself, how can this solution that you built for this problem outlive itself without you, sustain itself? And that's how you'll be able to do it, sustain that company, that NGO, or that anything that you are doing. So sustainable social business answers to questions: who am I helping? How does this continue without depending on donation? So you need to put structure in place. How can you be able to generate funds? So maybe you can. So let's say let's say shoes, or the shoe for the shoeless. You're gonna say, then let's bring this design. If there's a new design, a customized shoe for some people, and tell them that they should buy for them to get the revenue, people are going to buy. You do events. You do you have to come up with things that will make the company always keep having more and more and more, and that it will make the company sustainable. Because if the company has only one stream of income, or the NGO is having just donation cannot sustain every business. That's why, like lately, you're fortunate. There are a lot of grants you can apply. If I post a lot of them, you can try your hands on. Me, I'm very lazy in doing those things. So, but if you cannot do it yourself, go and hire someone to do it. We have grant writers. I'm even looking for one. Grant writers, and they're going to write it for you. And then you pay them, or they volunteer to do that for you. And then you go and look for such funds to be able to do it. Run your organization or your company. So for me, you should be able to go beyond the emotion. So build structure. Put people in places. People are very difficult to work with, but if you get the right people, obviously there are right people that you can work with for time. So get people on board that could work at vantage places for you. Make sure your money, your income is running, your profits are doing well, and make sure that your problem, the solution that you are finding, you are solving to the problem, is make sure that your idea is, or your business or your NGO is actually solving a societal problem or environmental problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Edina. Yes. So please let's keep that also in mind. If not anything, you've not heard anything, you've not jotted down anything at all, don't forget the 3 P's. That's the people, the prophets, and the planet as well. We can take home these 3 P's with us, where we can use it to run our business as well. My next question. My next question is about making profits. A lot of people have the intention of going into business just with the motive of just making money out of their business without thinking about any impact or anything. It's just about the money, the profits that they have at heart. So please, my next question is, Miss Edina, how do you balance making profits while still creating meaningful impact? How do you balance it?
For me, I don't see profit and impact as opposite.
Okay.
I see them as partners. I mean, you guys know. No, well, of course, yeah, of course, you're trying to help society, but you need to also generate income from whatever you're doing, so that you also take care of yourself. So I don't see them as opposite. They are what? They are actually partners, because if there's no profit, the impact will stop. And that's the truth. If there's no money coming in, the company will stop. You will not pay people. And if there's no impact, the business lose its purpose. Money is good, but sometimes when there's no impact, you're not seeing the benefit of all that the company is doing, the business loses its purpose. So the goal is to design. So literally, the goal is to design a model where the more you grow, the more lives we touch. You see, if you want to balance both two, the more you grow, the more lives you touch. A typical example is MTN Ghana, MTN or MTN over the world. MTN has been in this game for
Hello. Hello. Miss Ubauda. Please, are you here?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Let me read some comments while we wait for Miss Edna to conclude her submission. Yes.
Okay.
So from Ifwan Ponsa, she's saying great submission from both speakers. Yes, we are learning a lot tonight. With upon its innovation. Wow. Prisla is also saying yes. Volunteering offers many different experiences and provide valuable learning opportunities. I hope my dear audience, you take your business to the next level without just from just one perspective, just about making the money or the profits out of it. But also you are looking more than just the profits, because it's about the more you grow, the more life you touch. Yes. So Miss Ubauda, the next question is, we are still talking about money because we love money. We go into business, just a lot of us goes into business with the intention of making money out of that. Because you can't just wake up from your house, your room, and get started doing it within better good coming out from it. So please, still on the profits making, how do you balance making profits while still creating meaningful impact? Miss Obalda?
So, and the impact, I said earlier, they go hand in hand. How do you make impact when you don't have money? You cannot think about impact without thinking about sustainability. And the word sustainability has become
Okay.
so important because without sustainability, whatever you start just die. And someone going into social entrepreneurship has the mindset that how do I keep things on giving, and not having anything to sustain it. So think about it's I think it's mindset. Think about the fact that the profit is going to hold the impact. So don't be afraid about it. Yeah. Training, I want to train young women to have skills. I want to train young women to be able to we can training people to and you think about profit and you think about impact at the same time. How do you make sure that after training these 15 women, you still have the capacity to train an additional 15 maybe in the next 6 months or in the next month? So this is what it means by balancing impacts moving led by the fact that people learn product. How can these women that you are training?
Hello. Welcome. Okay. To my dear audience, you can also use this opportunity to ask your questions. You can type in your questions in the comment. I would love to read them out for our amazing speakers to help us answer them.
Hi
Hello.
Jennifer.
Yes,
Yes,
you're welcome.
thank you. The network is really lashing us.
Oh, no problem. We will do it. Yes.
Yes. So I basically ended with the fact that think about how what you are doing can generate profit that will give put you in the position to do it again and again and again. And yeah, so that's all I have to say on that topic. I just hope they heard majority of the things I said.
Yes, we heard you, but the network, but we heard you. We heard you very
Thanks.
well. Thank you for
Mhm.
those great submissions. Thank you. After this program, I have to take my business very serious and also to the next level as well. Yes, Miss Ubalda. So our next question is, in starting anything, there are some
Mhm.
ups and downs. When starting your business, did you encounter anything like that? And how did you overcome them?
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. And at this part, I would really want people to put in the chat some challenges they face. We
Oh,
talk about this together. But
hmm,
I would say for most of us, if everyone would agree with me, funding is one of the biggest challenge we face in the social entrepreneurship journey. This is a concept that people are still understanding. I'll use a personal experience in that really broke me, and that was just last year where I was applying for a program that is focused on entrepreneurship. And I mean, when I went for the interview, it was exciting. It was an MBA in a particular school, and the interview. I mean, I passed the first stage. I got to the interview. They loved my input, but they made a comment about the fact that they've never thought of the concept of social entrepreneurship. And when I asked how the school's resources support people who are into social entrepreneurship, it was something they had to go back and think about. At the end of the day, I did not get the scholarship, but it made me see that this is a sector that more light needs to be thrown on. So it gets to that point or that challenge where people do not really understand what you are doing. People might not really get the concept that you are trying to work with, but that should not be what will keep you down. So sorry I moved from the funding aspect, but this is a story that came to mind that I really wanted to share. That not
Yes,
everybody
we
will
need that.
understand what you're doing. Exactly. Not everyone will understand what you are doing. Not everyone would be on board with the idea you have, but it shouldn't let you stop. If you really are passionate, if you really had a vision, if you really have a vision you're working towards, then it should even challenge you to do more and try to even raise awareness. So now let's go back to the funding. It gets to a point, especially for I will link it more to the nonprofit aspect of social entrepreneurship because that's where I am in, where funding becomes a major challenge. And I'll hit on the fact again that please don't rely only on grants. Your social enterprise will collapse. Don't rely on that. Think about how, so now we'll go back to the profit aspect. Think about how you would generate money to keep it running. If it is skills you have that you can use, if it's a facility, so if it's a facility that you have that you know you can lease, that you can rent out. There's this organization called Hopping Academy in Tamale that I really love their social entrepreneurship model. They have a big facility that they rent out for trainings and they charge people for that. They have facilitators who train in topics and they charge people for that. So as you are building your impact, as you are funding would it can break you. So start thinking about how to keep it going. Because funding is one thing that really stressed me out, still stresses me out. But this is where we are getting more creative to think about solutions to keep it profitable, to keep it sustainable while making impact. And the last thing I will talk about is the credibility. I when I started, I shared how I went to a school and the headmaster told me to go to my school and go back to my university and go and learn. I should be learning and not be thinking about children. So as you are thinking about making impact, someone will not understand why. I mean, you are on scholarship. I still get all things. You are on scholarship. You what money do you have that you want to make impact? But at the end of the day, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years
Wow.
of consistency, 5 years of diligence, and the impact is visible. So for everyone, these are challenges that might come your way. People might reach out to you. People that are even close to you might discourage you from either starting or even continuing. But as we said earlier, start with what you have. Think about the vision. Go with God. Keep pushing, and you would be shocked at where you find yourself in the next 2 to 5 years. Thank you very much. Jenny.
Thank you so much, Miss Obauda. In everything, we shouldn't forget the God factor. In everything, we have to remember the God factor. Let me use this opportunity to give a shout out to my boss, Mr. York. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us tonight. Thank you. I see you. I appreciate you so much. Miss Edna, please, you are welcome. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Yes. So please, the next question. My question is, when starting your business, is there any hindrances that you faced and how did you overcome them? Did you face anything, any challenges on your way, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so there are three stages in business or in starting a business or entrepreneurship. We have the
Okay.
survival, I mean the starting, we have the survivor, and then the scaling up. So starting is quite easier because everybody can start. Right now, after the conversation, we say, "Oh, today go and look for a social problem and find solutions to it." So it's easy. Everybody can start today. Now, I think that build a brand, go and post. That is it. So starting is quite easier. Everybody can go and start. Scaling up your project, your business, it's also strategic. It's all about being strategic about whatever you're doing. If you want to scale, it's not plenty effort. It's only about you being smart, you having a strategy in place. That is all. So starting is small is easier. Scaling up is based on strategy. Any company knows this. So people want to scale up by opening more shops around Ghana or across the world. Some want to scale up by just doing what? There's a word for it. Products, I forgot. Where you add another product to your whatever you have. So let's say we have shoes, we're adding smokes to it, we're adding bags to it. So you see, so today if shoes are not selling, tomorrow bags to sell. It's called product offerings, right? That is also there. So if a company wants to scale up, it depends on the company and their strategy. So that one's also it's also quite easy. The issue here, the challenge part here is the survival stage. The middle part, no, you thinking should you quit or you shouldn't quit? Are you sure you're on track? Are you sure you're making sense? Hey, today I get it on first tomorrow I don't get it. Oh, you give me money. This year you're doing like 3 community. Hey, that's the you need like 5. Hey, so you are always uncertain. You don't know what it. So for me, that's the challenging part, the survival level. Before you move to this, making sure that your company is sustained. It's okay to leave that in between. Also, how to pay people, how to do it. So surviving is become part of me. I mean, in everybody entrepreneur journey. So, like I would say, there are moments where you have limited resources, you have doubt, both the internal and external. You are trying to figure out how to scale up impact without losing your quality. You want to scale, you have to do more, you want to do millions of shoes. Hey, millions of shoes across the world. That's the goal, right? But do you have it to fund that? But there's one thing that keeps me going, or keeps me going every day. Is that the problem didn't just disappear because it's difficult. So I learned how to start small and then improve. Sometimes you cannot do it alone, like I keep saying. So sometimes you build partnership to ease the burden. So sometimes you do it with other people. So sometimes people will sponsor. So most of the time when the NGO is coming, you are going to sponsor part of it, and I'm going to work on the shoes for you. So you see, we are all killing one bear with a stone. One stone with one bear with one stone. Because what does mean? Wow, you want to do something like that. I'm going to use my manpower, the other shoemakers, to work on it for you for free. So you bring some, then also bring some. So it makes us be able to achieve our goal early. You can be able to produce more, and that's what is helping. You're able to do more because you are building partnerships, and of course, staying committed even when results are slow. Yes, it's not every day is going to be okay. It's going to be a bad day. And then another one. Some days you don't get another one. So you get to adjust to the situations and live beyond the moment. Like I said, if God gave you that project, gave you that idea, He's going to empower you. He's going to bring the right people on board to make sure that the project that you're having goes. It will succeed. If you give up, you will lose. If you give up, you don't know the future of that company or that project that you are having. So for me, growth didn't come from me perfecting or being perfect. It's come from me being persistent. Every day, some days you feel like giving up, some days you feel like doing more. All you have to do is know why you started, who you are doing it for. We are all stewards here. Nobody's owner. If you're an owner, I'm scared of you because nobody is an owner on this earth. Even the life you're having, you're not the one who owns your life. It can be taken from you within a minute. That tells you that we are not owners. Owners are rebels. We are stewards. So the Upward Foundation, AAA Foundation, the Shoes for the Shoeless, mention the project that we know, the companies. We are nobody's an owner here. We will leave it one day on this earth. We are only stewards managing God's project. And so if you are managing God's project, believe the owner that He can provide. He can give you the resources to make sure that you carry His project well on earth. If you're a faithful servant, He will give you more strength, He will give you more resources and more people to make sure that you carry that project well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Edina, for those great submission. I'm really learning a lot. I hope my audience, you're also taking notes and jotting down something. You're also learning as well because it's not all the time that we can do book. I'm not saying book is not good, but we have to find a way to balance the two hand in hand. Part-time business, part-time schooling, then you blend the two to make a positive impact. So please stay committed even when the journey is slow. Slowly but sure, you'll get to the top. Don't give up when starting your business. Please, my next question is, Miss Edina, let's say somebody is watching us live tonight and the person has the intention to start or go into social entrepreneurship. What are 2 or 3 practical steps the person can take today to get started?
Most of the times, when people are giving advice, they'll say, start with what you have.
Okay.
Start anyway. Start anyway. No, it's a good advice, but it's somewhere not good advice. May start anywhere to say, when I start, you don't just start anyway. You start if the thing is actually you are meant to do that thing. Some of you just don't go and start anything that you don't like. You will regret. Always start anywhere with something that you are ready for it. So that you might enjoy the crowd because you love that thing, you keep on doing that thing. So look in between you, like I said, look around you, know who you are. You whatever you're good at. That's like you. But I don't know, that's why actually Africa is Africa like that. Because the people living us, they are not living with love. You get it? But if you're doing something, make sure that you are doing something that if you have the conviction that this is what you're going to do and you love it and it's the will of God, make sure you don't waste or ask too many advice. Especially in Africa and in Ghana, when you want to do something, don't start asking people advice. The advice, you will ask them, they're going to give you advice. But it's just be a bad people. But just that's Ghanaian attitude. They're going to give you advice. Be careful. Then you stop the thing. So when you want to you have something that you feel like you are so sure that this is what you're supposed to do, please, whatever you find your way, you find to start, make sure you start it. If it's about looking for, just explore or start whatever you want to do, that you're willing to do, that you think is best for you to just go ahead and do it. Don't go and ask lazy people advice. They will discourage you and just me bad people. That's how we are, And let me give you advice. If you start something, don't ask me to make myself very advice. It will just drain you. Just go ahead with it. When you fail, you fail. It's good to fail forward. They're not doing it at all. You get it? You feel some, but it's good than not doing it at all. Of course, you don't need to. You need to figure everything out. You figure it out when you're on the thing. You see, the universe has a way of making things align for us. So if I say I want a car, and let me tell you something that happened, and I realized how God is so intentional about us and how our mind is powerful. I said I wanted a car for the shoelace. Me, I don't have the funds yet, but I know I'm gonna have a car. But I was sitting down here and I was writing I mounted the car on my notepad, and then I was praying that God help me. And then when the time comes, I'll get a car. Tell me where I moved from. I was going out to pick up my niece from school. I opened the gate. I saw the car I was praying about.
Wow.
And I realized that God is saying something. You might not. It is possible that you can get a car. You don't look beyond your situation now. It is that God was telling me that it is possible. Me, I followed that car to where the car went. Yes, I have to follow the car because I want to get that car for. That is how, and it teaches me about how faith or how life works. Anything you're looking for is not looking for you. So when you don't take the step, the universe will not align. You just push one day and then everything will come into conclusion. I was looking for billboard, documentary, but I wasn't having the funds, but I had the conviction. I have the idea. So I talked to God to fund it, to bring the people to fund that documentary and the billboard. It took a DM. I don't know the person, but I was like, I want to shoot a documentary for you. The company sponsor documentary and a billboard. Like sometimes you pay millions. You get it? So, like Ubada said, Ubeda said, you need the God factor. You cannot take it out of the way. You cannot take it out of the way. So you don't have
Yeah.
your source. Let your source be God. So when God is in it, whether he is still there. So of course that, and then of course you don't need to figure everything out. When you start, the universe will make everything aligned for you. And then you need to take just one real action. Don't go and do 10,000 things together at once. If you are solving a social problem, take with one. Oh, echo anyone that you can bring in that part. So just start with one, and then you need to also go to the communities, speak to the people, test a small idea, engage with them. You can't do social work without engaging the community. They know what is best. So if you're a PR person here, or you work with a corporate organization and you want to do something in the community, don't just go and give them a borehole. Most are companies, corporate companies will go and build boreholes when the community need a school. It's called community engagement. Before you even go to that community, find out what your community need. And of course, document journey. This part is so important. We are living in a social media world, digital world. Let people know what you are doing. Document it, post it. It's true that they're going to get the funding. They're going to get the partnership. They're going to get funding. Your family cannot help you. Your friends cannot help you. There are a lot of people, amazing people across the world who are willing to help you. But it can only help you when you put yourself out there. It's difficult, but you have to put yourself out there. You can't shame the shameless. Document your journey. Put out there. Let me tell you, if you document your journey, one day if you're looking for that opportunity, those documentation that you did will help you. I've got a lot of opportunities, a lot of things that because I document my journey. Now, when I'm applying for a school, I'm applying for an opportunity, all I have to do is to go and add my website, my links, my LinkedIn to my application. And that alone gives me the edge. Make a celebrate. This girl, she's doing enough. That's all. So please document your internship journeys. Put them on paper. Put them somewhere. Ask AI to refer for you. Do the website, that blogs. Keep them down. When you're applying for that school, that funding, you make sure you use all these, and it gives you the opportunities you're looking out for. So for you to be able to scale globally, to get access to and all that. Like AJ to say, the doors are going to be open. And make sure that the local doors are opening, the international doors are opening, the global doors will also open. And so my prayer this evening for all of us that may every project that we want to embark on, we want to do, may be successful. And may the God bring the right people to make sure and may the doors be open when you start your social entrepreneurship journey. God bless you.
Amen. God bless you too. Thank you so much, Miss Ejina. So in your business, don't give up. Don't forget the God factor. One day, don't give up. It's just about time. So please, to our next question, Miss Ubalda. Yes. Please, would you like to add anything to the practical steps, or you have a different thoughts?
Oh, so I thank you, Jennifer. I completely agree with everything. I just add that please take time to learn about whatever you're about to get into. Don't just lean passion. Don't just lean on experience to learn what are the right ways to go about what I'm about to go into. What are the what is happening out there regarding what I'm going to make learning a part of your journey. Learn, read, watch, listen to relevant things that are that can support or push whatever you want to start or whatever you want to do. Make sure to learn. If anybody who wants to go into social entrepreneurship, one thing you cannot decide not to learn is project management. It's something I think you should have some basics about business, entrepreneurship, business management. These are just little things that you need to learn about because for some of us in the when we started, we were everything all at once because sometimes you might not get all the people or the resource human resource to do the journey with. So sometimes you have to do all these by yourself. So you need to at least understand the basics of whatever you're going into, whether it's digital marketing, make sure that at least you can do a bit of it so that when the situation calls for you to step in and keep your things running, keep your things moving, then you make sure that it's working. The second thing I would just add is please don't sleep on building meaningful connections. Make sure that you are building meaningful connections as you are going, as you are starting your journey or as you are continuing your journey. Don't think that you can do everything by yourself. Attend events, reach out to people on LinkedIn, build connections that would keep that are valuable and that will keep things running, that will keep the impact going. Not connections that would push you down or make you feel that you are incapable, but connections that are going to push you to keep going and higher and to keep making the impact that you wish for. So yes, that's basically what I would like to add.
Thank you so much, Miss Obalda. Thank you so much. So, to my audience, before we start our business or we go into any social entrepreneurship, we have to learn first. Read about what you want to start or go into. Read further and build meaningful connection is very necessary as well. Let me read some comments before we continue. Yes, so from Northern Development Society, he's saying Obebre, same person. I like the God factor part. Wow, thank you so much. Our speakers are, let me say, in all angle. We have the Sofmame part, the entrepreneurship part, the motivational. Oh, thank you so much. First Lanyapa is also saying, don't give up. No, it's too early for us to give up. We are not going to give up. And from Ifwam Ponsa, be ready to be jack of all trades. Thank you so much for your comments. You can also type in any question if you have any question. Feel free to type it in the comment section. I would love to read them out for our amazing speakers to help us to answer them. Thank you so much. Yes, to our next question, Miss Obalda. Yes. So, what's one piece of advice will you give to young people who wants to create a change? Because change is very difficult. At the same time, change is about improvement. So, what's one piece of advice will you give to young people who wants to create change in their society?
Thank you, Jennifer. Um, there's a quote from a book that I would like to leave everyone with who wants to make impact or create change. The book is Start Something That Matters. Now the quote says that you don't need to have a business degree. You don't need to have $1 million or even a business plan to start something that can change the world. You don't need to have a business degree, $1 million, or even a business plan. Because maybe when you are starting, you might not know. But at least in this day and age, I'm hoping that everyone who is serious about starting something at least knows how to draft a business plan. But you don't need to have a business degree, $1 million to start something that can change the world. You don't need all that. We've spoken about doing something that you love, doing something you are passionate about, because when it gets tough, that passion would keep you going. That passion would help you hold on. You don't need to have $1 million. You don't need to have everything before you start. Take that bold step today and start. And have a backup. For me, my backup is God. I recently wrote an article on LinkedIn and I added a Bible scripture that keeps me going, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts I have for you, thought of peace and not of good and not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. That is what keeps me going when the going gets tough. So just have that backup as you go on the journey. And I believe that you're going to create the change and build the business that you aspire to have. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Obalda. Thank you. So we have to keep these two things in mind. We have to get a backup, and also we shouldn't forget our God factor in our businesses as well. So our last question, Miss Edna. Yes. So please your final words. Any advice for young people who wants to start or go into business, and at the same time who wants to create change in their communities? Hello. Please, can you hear me? Hello. Okay. So those watching us live, you can use this opportunity to type in your questions. If you have any questions, you can use the comment section. Type it in. I would love to read them out for our amazing speakers to help us to answer all the questions that we have in mind before we get started and go into our social entrepreneurship and also take our businesses to the next level. Hello, Miss Edina. Hello. Hello. Miss Ubalda, please can you hear me?
Hi, Jennifer. I can hear you.
Okay. My audience, if you are live currently, you can use the reaction emoji to give us a fire sign or any reaction emoji of your choice for us to know that you are still with us. We are not alone on this platform. We are doing this with all of us. Okay, Miss Ubalda, please your final words so that we can bring the
Oh, I thought I was
session.
doing my final words already.
Yes, yes.
Please, can you hear
Miss
me?
Edina, yes. Please, you're welcome back. Yes, yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay,
Yes.
so
So
I'm
please, your
saying
final
my
words.
final words.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if it's a sentence I want to give or a phrase, but my final words is
Anything is accepted. Okay.
keep building, right?
Building.
And the right people will
Okay.
come. Thank you. Keep building. The right people will find you.
Um, today we have learned a lot. I don't know if it's only me. I have been touched. We are not in the church though, but all the messages from our great speakers. Oh, thank you so much. Let's keep building. Let's keep building, and the right people will come. Don't give up. It's too early to give up, okay? Please, if you have any question, you can type it in. We are about to close. And thank you so much for joining us up till this time. Thank you so much. Any question? Yes, please. I have one question. Um, is there any business that you can start at the moment without you having fiscal capital or money at hand? Miss Obaida, is there any business like that at the moment?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm going to speak from my personal experience. I'll talk
Okay.
for myself. One of the businesses you can start without having any money at hand is either event coordination or
Okay.
event management, because that is a skill, how to organize things, how to put things together. This does not require you to have, especially for the event coordination, it does not require you to have money, but it's about offering your time and your skill to people. So if you are someone out there who is a natural coordinator who naturally can bring things together, maybe this is something you can consider doing. You can start by doing shadowing someone who is already in the business, offering your services from time to time. And when you gain a little bit of experience, then you can go ahead to start something for yourself. So that is what I will share from my personal
Thank you
experience.
so much. Thank you so much. Miss Edna, please, would you like to add anything? Because a lot of people watching us live want to start something after this webinar, but they are not having money at the moment.
This is money is the least in the equation of I mean this world. If we don't, it's not everything that you start with money. Sometimes I feel like I know we have companies, businesses, you know. I think lately with marketing that we have some of you have people. It's because we are not trustworthy, so people are not willing to give us things again. Because at first, people can go to people, they'll give you their product, you sell or whatever they're doing, and then when you get the money back, you give to them. But lately, people don't fulfill their process, so it becomes difficult to do that. I mean, I started mine like that, maybe because I had the leverage. I mean, people, my dad was already in shoemaking, so it was quite easier, you know. But you don't necessarily have to have all the monies. So when you start with that small, you going to take the things, go and sell small, kind of banner. That's more money. Then that's more money comes into your hand. You can use it to do something before the bigger one comes. Sometimes we are looking for bigger money, which you will not come. Nobody will entrust you with their billions or millions when you haven't started with your small one city. We want to start boom. When you start boom, so I don't encourage people to start business with plenty money. You the money. Just start with the little that you have. Some of you have saved money for an NSS through your service personnel level working. Start funds to start something. Some of you have done little savings. Use it to start it. A failure, don't say failure. If you go use 10 billion to go and start a failure, then you cannot sustain that disappointment. So it's either you go outsource the thing and you start with selling it, or if you have the 1 city, you can say we don't have everything. I say we don't have money, but we have that to go and buy data or go and chill. So you happen to go and chill, have fun, but now the same money to go and start your own business. You get it? You can also ask friends. So you have good friends. You have fun, are willing to support you. Some of you have very good families. Give you. If you do well, they'll bring you more. They'll always want to give you more to also start. So ask your friends. I mean, the reliable ones, and of course your family. They are willing to support. Or some of you, your parents are doing something that you can upgrade, you can upscale it. Use that as opportunities and do it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to both of you. I've enjoyed. At the same time, I've learned a lot. And I hope my audience have also learned so much. So from here, after this webinar, we are getting started into our business. And if you are already into it, we are taking it to the next level as well. Okay, no question. Okay, so as we come to this session, say it has been a truly insightful and inspiring discussion. I've learned a lot, and I hope you have also learned a lot. So, per my takeaway, I want to share it with all of us. I've learned that social entrepreneurship is more than just starting a business. It is about creating meaningful impact, solving raw problems, and improving lives in our society. And also, we shouldn't forget the God factor in anything that we are doing. especially in our businesses as well. And we should remember that we have to start small and build upon it one after the other. We will be fine. We'll be good to go. I want to use this opportunity to thank our amazing speakers, Miss Edina and Miss Ubalda, for valuable insights they've shared with us tonight, for pouring into us such knowledge needed for us to also get started and go into our social entrepreneurship or get serious into our businesses as well. Thank you so much to both of you. We appreciate your insights, the practical skills that you've shared with us. Thank you so much. I want to also thank our amazing organizers, team members. Thank you so much from sharing the post, repost, flyers. Thank you so much for making this program a success. And to all of you who joined us today, thank you. I appreciate your time, your presence, and your engagement. Thank you so much. I would love to see you on our next webinar. Thank you so much. On that note, we bring the program to a close. Have a wonderful day, depending on where you are watching us from. Thank you so much. Bye bye.